9/11 community didn't need an elected official, and we didn't need lawyers, and we didn't need anybody else, but we needed a friend. And she was more than a friend, she was a champion. She came out here in a busy schedule today to kick off this walk to celebrate the lives of those who lost. With Senator Gillibrand, I want to thank all the elected officials and dignitaries coming today. And Congressman Tim Bishop, my personal congressman and friend, and Senator Gillibrand will be speaking. So let's give them both a round of applause.
Thank you, John, for your leadership and your tenacity and your drive and your ability to always speak from the heart. It makes a difference when you're advocating for others to make a difference in our country, and I can't thank you enough for everything you've given. Thank you so much.
Yeah, John.
I want to recognize our other members of Congress and dignitaries, Congressman Tim Bishop, an extraordinary friend and ally in the U.S. Congress, who loves his district and all the people he serves. Thank you for all your work. I want to recognize our legislators, John Kennedy and his wife is here, Tom Silvey, Kate Brown, Bill Lindsay, Suffolk County Treasurer, Angie Carpenter, bad penmanship, Assemblyman Michael Fitzpatrick, and Supervisor Steve Malone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your dedication. I couldn't be more proud to be here today with all of you. Today, at the 9/11 First Responders Remembered Park Groundbreaking and Walk, the first of its kind. This is the first memorial to honor the heroes who have died since 9/11. It could not be more important. And while we all hope to never again see a funeral of a brave hero who has sacrificed his or her life responding to an attack on our city and our nation, sadly, we undoubtedly will. So it is with great sadness and pride that I'm here today. Sadness for all those we have lost and will lose in the future, and the tremendous pride for every single one of the people standing behind me who stood shoulder to shoulder over years and years to provide our heroes with the health care and dignity that they certainly deserve. I want to thank John Feely again and all of our first responders. It's because of your hard work and constant advocacy, tirelessly walking the halls of Congress week after week, month after month, and year after year, that in December we finally passed the James Zadroga 9/11 health compensation. I would also like to thank the board who have worked so hard to create this memorial. Errol Tulin, Greta Helke, Andrew Bowman, James Ryder, and Glenn Pine. Thank you, and God bless you all. We're putting up these beautiful flags, and they really are a testament to the strength and pride of our nation. To all the firefighters, all the police officers, all of the first responders, and their survivors living and working in the area, you are truly the inspiration that drives each of us, each of the public servants, and each of the advocates behind me. Thank you for rescuing our nation. Thank you for your dedication and heroism that made the difference. Thank you for never losing faith in our nation, who is finally now honoring your sacrifice. 9 years has been far too long to reach this point. We lost thousands of people on 9/11, and we somberly remember today that we have lost hundreds more in the years that followed the terrorist attack on Ground Zero. The men and women we lost and all who came to our rescue in the days after 9/11 were not Democrats, Republicans, or Independents. They were simply Americans. Ordinary Americans who stood up to do the right thing, who answered the call of duty when asked. They were the ones who ran up the towers when people were running down. They were the ones that looked for survivors, then remains, and then did the cleanup, week after week, month after month. Americans, the strongest and bravest among us, who didn't need to be asked to put their lives on the line for their country. This fight to pass the 9/11 health bill wasn't easy, but it was just. And I pledge to you, you will always have a partner in the United States Senate that will stand by you. And by finally fulfilling its moral obligation, I am proud that Congress has remembered your sacrifice and stood by its heroes. But we cannot stop there, and we will not stop there. Together, we will make this country stronger and more secure for everyone. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Tim Bishop.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor to be here this morning and to join Senator Gillibrand and to join John Field and his colleagues at the Fieldwood Foundation and all of you, many first responders, families of first responders. This is indeed a fitting memorial. I just want to say two things. I want to commend Senator Gillibrand for her leadership on the Zadroga bill. It's something that a great many people worked very hard on for a long, long time. But to get 60 votes in the United States Senate, in effect a supermajority, for almost anything, to stitch together the coalition that she stitched together to get this done, that is a true testament to her leadership abilities and to her dedication to the first responder community. So let's thank Senator Gillibrand. John Field, a force of nature. It was not possible to predict when John first came into my office the very first time to talk about the Fieldwood Foundation. It wasn't possible to see that it would grow to what it has grown to. But as I came to know John, it was very easy to see that it would grow to the extent that it has, because John has the tenacity and the leadership, and he has the ability to inspire those around him to give of themselves, to stay focused on the goal, and to not stop working until the goal is achieved. Zadroga is one of those goals, but we have other goals as well. And I pledge to stand shoulder to shoulder with John and with Senator Gillibrand and our colleagues in the House and the Senate to see to it that the first responder community gets everything that it needs and that this nation stands by them the way they stood by us in our hour of need. So I thank you all very much for coming out this morning, and let's all have a great day. Thank you very much.
I'm now going to turn this over back to the Senator, who is going to put everybody at the start line for the beginning of the law. So we'll give you about 10 minutes to get over there, do what you got to do, put your stuff down. But the Senator will kick this off. And again, thank you everybody for coming.
David, give me a picture.